Welcome to Meg's Mysteries. Knit 1, Purl 2, a murder mystery. It's a Wednesday afternoon, and the Knitting Mystery Club is about to get together for their weekly meeting of knitting, gossip, and just plain fun, and talking about mystery stories. Our little group of retired ladies, and some youngsters as we call them, who wanted to learn the art of knitting, but after a couple lessons, they all stayed on. We all have a ball and tell a good yarn or two. Such an occasion, Millie, one of the newest members, came in with some disturbing news. "Girls, I have some news. Did anyone hear the local news? Well, somebody has poisoned her husband. You know Joe Welch, Emma's husband. She found him dead last night. She said he must have died in his sleep. She claims she didn't do it. The police found a poison plant in her garden, oleander, and they have been fighting nonstop for years. She always said, 'I had it with his constant bullying.' The police also found parts of the plant in her outside garbage, but she told them she had weeded and pruned some of her shrubs and plants. She didn't know she had a poison plant in her garden. She didn't plant it. It was there when they bought the place. What do you think, girls? Did she have enough and just gave him his last supper?" Becca said, "Well, who can blame her? He was a loudmouth, and he did seem to bully everyone. Even in church he had something nasty to say about everyone." "She is so sweet, even a saint couldn't take all that for that long," Paula said. "I heard him in the grocery store yelling at her, 'Hurry up, you move too slow.' Even he yelled at the cashier for not bagging right." Gladys interrupted. "She wasn't the only one who wanted him gone. I heard people that he worked with couldn't stand him. My husband Ed said Gary told him that Joe was a blowhard and a tattler. He told on everyone to the boss to make him look good. What a rat." Terry, our youngest member, and her friend Millie said, "This is horrible. We all know Emma, and she couldn't hurt a fly. She's kind to everyone. We don't believe she did it." Gladys said, "He even told Gary's wife he saw him cheating on her, and it caused a big fight. She almost left him, but Joe was lying to cover up everything that he was doing, all the time flirting with anyone in a skirt." Millie said, "Girls, I think it's time we investigate on our own and try to clear Emma. Let's put our heads together and try to find out who else wanted him dead." After hours of knitting and figuring out who could have done this, the list was getting larger and larger. The questions were, how did they poison him? And how long did it take for the poison to work? So Terry Googled it. Oleander poisoning takes 2 to 4 hours. All parts of the plant are poisonous when eaten. Major symptoms after indigestion it causes, and then a slow heart rate and a cardiac arrhythmia. He was known to have a bad heart. This must have helped along the way. How did it get in his food, and why did Emma have it in her garden? She said she didn't plant it and knew nothing about it. We have to see what his last meal was and where he had it. Becca said, those are good questions. Let's do our investigating, and we'll get together tomorrow, same time. I see we all are excited to get started, but it's late now, and I've knitted 3 hats already. I'm running out of yarn. See you all tomorrow. Keep your eyes and ears open for any information." Terry and Millie, you're doing so much better with your knitting, but you need to work on those scarves. They all went home with a mission in mind to help save Emma and see who murdered Joe. This is their first case and so close to home. Another time it was just a lost cat, but they found it in the back of the mail truck and returned her to her owner. This was a greater mystery, a murder in their own town with someone they knew. Can they help solve the case and clear her name? One good thing to their advantage is old ladies love to snoop and no one pays any attention. They hear things and they all gossip. The young girls know how to dig up the dirt by using technology and get the facts with just a touch of the button. Gladys, Paula, and Becca have been doing this for a while, and they love a good mystery. Paula's husband is a retired detective, and she learned a lot and picked up some of his investigating tricks. Emma needs a good lawyer, so Millie got her son, Tim, to take the case. This is what they found out. There was no life insurance. Joe was a cheapskate. The house was paid off. Emma's parents bought it for them as a wedding gift. They had no children, and the only motive was his bad attitude to life in general and his constant bullying. He made many enemies. Why and how they did it, it's up to the girls to find out. And of course, the police thought they had their killer already. The wife is always the first suspect. The girls got busy asking anyone who knew him questions. I asked all the neighbors if they heard anything. One said he was always yelling about something, and she was so quiet and nice. So Millie, Paula, and Becca got in to see Emma through Tim, the lawyer. They bought her some clothes and personal items. The police didn't see any harm in old ladies helping out a friend. Emma claimed he didn't even eat the dinner I made him. A stew was still in the refrigerator. He came in late. I was already in bed. He slept in a spare room like he always did when he came home from the bar. And I knew nothing about the plant. It was just always there. I didn't kill him, but the police always target the spouse. I'm framed. He helped, and we helped her with bail. She was out until the court date. She came to our next knitting meeting. We made a list of his enemies, and it was a long one. Almost all who work with him, especially the ones he ratted on. Gary was on top of the list. He did say he was going to get even with him for starting rumors and telling lies to his wife. He had enemies at the bar, too. He was always mouthing off when he drank. One man even threatened if he didn't stop, it would come to blows. Joe was insulting his girlfriend and calling her names. They had it. They threw him out for a week, but that didn't stop him from sneaking in the next night. The autopsy found a large amount of Orlander poisoning in his stomach. His last known meal was grilled chicken and salad, and that he had got it at the bar. It was a special item on the menu and the cheapest meal, but it cost him his life in the end. But who did it? We know he didn't eat at home, as Emma claimed. That night there were so many of his fellow workers there, also the cook, who he always insulted, and the barmaid and some kitchen help. They found parts of the plant in the outside garbage of the bar. It could be anyone, even a customer who fought with him that week. Or was Emma in cahoots with someone else? She was a woman pushed too far. Who knows? We went to the bar to see what we can find out. No one pays attention to some old girls having a nightcap. One man was talking about the case. We overheard someone else say Joe was fooling around with the barmaid, Sally. But he wouldn't leave his wife, and he dumped her, so it could be a jilted lover. Gladys asked her point blank. Sally was getting nervous. Gladys said, "Who can blame the killer? He was such a bad sport." Sally said, "He was nice to me in the beginning. Then he turned mean." We said, "You were close to him?" She said, "No, I only saw him here." We knew she was lying and guilty as sin. But did she do it alone, or did she have someone help her? After a lot of digging, we did get the whole story, but not from her, but from Emma herself. She came clean to us. She knew he was cheating with the barmaid, and she went to confront her. Sally told her he dumped me and he was starting to bully me and threaten me. So they both decided to get rid of him. They had the cook, who was in love with Sally all along. He helped them. He put the plant from Emma's garden in the salad. Emma made the stew and said, "I couldn't have poisoned him." She didn't see him till the next morning, so she was covering her tracks with an alibi. No one else knew about the affair but the barmaid and the cook, and they wouldn't tell. So she thought she was in the clear. Many people said it was no big loss. He deserved it. The 3 were convicted and sent away. Sorry to say we were wrong about Emma. But even the good ones, when pushed too far, they can go to the dark side. The Knitting Mystery Club will be back for more. Winter is coming, and we have a lot of hats and scarves to make along the way, and more mysteries to solve. There'll always be a good mystery around the corner. Till then, don't drop a stitch. I hope you come back for more of Meg's Mysteries. Until next time, have a good evening.